Guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are discussing the Love Island reunion. You know, we had to run it back, and this is definitely something that needed to be discussed because, I mean, let's just keep it real. There were so many interesting points in this reunion, and I just gotta talk about them today. So we're gonna get right into it, and we are going to talk about the Love Island Season 7 reunion right now. So first, I just want to say that this reunion was way too long, okay? 2 hours was too long. There were a lot of unnecessary scenes to me throughout the reunion. But today, I'm only going to highlight scenes that were interesting and that I think should be brought up and should be talked about. And we're going to start with the first topic, which is everybody on this reunion stage were all social media crazy. Every single conversation that they had, every single issue that they had, everything that was a problem, all rooted back to the fact that they have social media accounts, different people went on different podcasts. You said this on your account, you went live, you reposted a photo, you did that, and it's just crazy. I mean, is it just me? Like, I am a millennial, but I even still just be like, what type of world are we living in? The entire reunion was about, you said this about me on your page. I saw it under a comment. You retweeted this. You liked that photo. You went on a podcast and said this. You made a video about that. Like, wow. I mean, I was just to the point where I'm like, they really need to start doing these reunions right after it airs. Like, just like Survivor does. As soon as Survivor, when the winner is chosen, they say, okay, and now we're going to do the Survivor reunion. Everybody is still dressed up in all of their clothes and they hoes and they, barely having on clothes because they do it right after. Because it's right there in that moment. Because this, waiting for a month or two to have this reunion, it was only about social media. It made me feel like I was living in a daze. I was like, dang, we really there, huh? We really in 2025 where the only conversation and topic is about social media. And I'm getting bullied. And all of your followers are saying this. And all of your fans are saying that. And you need to get your fans. You need to get your followers. Wow. So that is what I really gained from the first half. It just on a larger trajectory and scale, right? Not particular situations, but just on a larger trajectory. I'm like, this is what we're doing. This is what we're talking about. It did come to a point where the scene came up about Huda and Shelly and how they brought Chris back into the house or back into the island, right? And I felt like when they played the clip, I actually felt like Huda was very clear about what she wanted to do, okay? It was messed up. It was definitely something that your average person would say, absolutely not. But she was clear. She was like, hey, I don't have a partner. You've got 2 partners. How about I take your partner? He still could be our partner. And then we can kind of see who he chooses. And let's just bring Chris back to the house. Now, on paper, most people would say no. Shelly in that moment didn't know how to stand up for herself. That's what I got from that clip. Shelly in that moment didn't know how to be honest and truthful about how she really felt to Huda in that moment. Girl, I'm not about to share my man with you. I want them both. Find a new one. Love you, sis, but I like him and I want to continue exploring that and I don't want to compete with you on this. And if you want to go there and compete with me on this, then it's going to show that maybe we shouldn't be friends or maybe we shouldn't be cool. But instead, Shelly kind of like went along with it, even though you can tell she didn't want to. She was like, well, okay, well, maybe we can see. Well, yeah, I hear you. I get it. And then Shelly want to be mad at the reunion. Well, you're only mad, Shelly, because that's resentment. See, resentment happens when you do something in your past and you actually don't agree with what you done. You regret that you did that. You don't like that you did it. That's called resentment. That's what Shelly had to me against Huda. It was resentment in that particular scenario. Because to me, it was just like, girl, all you have to do was say no. All you have to do was say, I don't agree with this. Or no, this is weird, sis. I don't get down like this with my friends. And also, they needed to realize that everybody in the house is not going to be girl best friends. Y'all are in the house competing for love. I hated the whole season that nobody even like got into it at all. Get into it. It's okay. You might like this guy. She might like this guy. It's all right to have a little riff-raff, a little, hey, healthy competition. These girls felt like they couldn't even go against each other. Everything just had to be, oh, we're best friends, we're sisters. So the truth is coming out. And so that was something that stood out to me. I think that in that moment when they replayed the clip, Huda was very specific about what she was asking. And it was out there on the table. Was it right? Not necessarily. I would have told her no. But that's how she felt. She expressed it. And it was up to Shelly to say what she wanted to do. Shelly went along with it and then resented it. She looked back at it and was like, girl, she had me looking like a fool. She had me looking crazy. She had me thinking she was doing it for me. And she was really doing it for her. Well, what else would you think it would be? You know, of course she may try to shape it like she's doing it for you because she doesn't want to just look like she's about to take your man, but she's doing it for her. She want to stay in the house. So I just think that that was just a rookie move on Shelly. It was a rookie move. She probably looked back and felt like she was played. And that's what I got from that. Moving on. Olandria and Coco had a, conversation in this first hour. And I can say I did not like the way Olandria was speaking to Coco. And a lot of you all may disagree with me on this, but it just was giving Mean Girl. It really was. It was giving, you can't sit with us. You can't talk with us. We're not going to share this light and this shine with you. That's what it was giving. Because right now, Olandria and Shelly are really like taking off, right? In the black girl department. They are on the Shade Room. They getting all the brand deals. I just saw Shelly with Beyonce's mama, Olandria speaking at universities. It's like, okay. And then Huda's, I guess, doing good on the other side. Everybody else, I don't know. I haven't, Call Me Daddy or whatever it's called, the podcast. I don't know. She's doing good on that side, right? So a lot of the other girls to me kind of got cut, stuck in between. They not really in the limelight like they want to because they came on the show late. They didn't get a lot of airtime. They didn't end up with one of the guys. So a lot of their, fame and notoriety is being cut short. And so to me, it just kind of came off like Coco is just trying to be honest with Olandria. Like, look, girl, I don't got nothing against you. You're a beautiful chocolate sister. I am too. And I just want to clear this up. Like, what I said about you being like, my man, it was really giving that though. Olandria was really giving that. You were my man. Now, you being embarrassed about it is another situation. And that is the root, to me, of what's going on here. The root is she's embarrassed. She's embarrassed that she was my man. And Taylor completely was playing in her face. And so when Coco, I guess, brought it up at whatever interview or podcast she was on, it made it just feel like, why are you bringing this up? And this is just like a messy situation for me. But it is what everybody watched. So I feel like Coco was really trying to come from a genuine place. She was apologetic. She was basically saying, I do feel those standoffish vibes. And Olandria made it very clear. I don't mess with you like that. I saw your DM and I ignored it. And it's like, wow, that's really giving me, girl. Like, you really feeling yourself. You're really feeling yourself right now. And it almost feels like she wants to keep Coco at a distance because she like, we ain't bringing you into this. This is me and Shelly. We gonna keep it between us. Chocolate girls, black girl magic. We ain't bringing in a third and a fourth. Y'all can stay right where y'all at. And that's what it's given. That's what it's given. Now, that's up to her to call, to use her judgment on how a person's character is. I get that. I'm not saying that you got to rush and be friends with this person, but you don't have to be mean towards them. And so to me, that kind of made Olandria like almost seem like she slightly was hating on Coco. Because Coco is beautiful in her own right. And Coco is just not getting the notoriety that they're getting right now. Olandria and Shelly are the girls on the front line because they were on the show longer. But if Coco was able to make a connection with one of the guys, or if she had been on the show longer, she would be in this same kind of spotlight. So it almost just felt like, we're not sharing the spotlight with you. Whatever, it is what it is, girl. I just don't want to be cool. I don't want to be close like that. And that's kind of what it gave. And it was just like, why? If y'all all were in the house together, it almost makes it feel like they're trying to put themselves above. Like, y'all down here, y'all only gained 200,000 followers from this experience. We gained 1 million followers. Like, we are on another level. We've gained 2 million followers apiece from this experience. Like, and y'all gain, I'm not going to give you my followers. I'm not going to give you my clout. Like, that's almost what it comes off as. But what they don't realize is, and I'm going to be honest, because I like Olandria and I like Shelly, right? I'm all for the chocolate girl power right here too. But what they don't realize is in some of their instances with Huda, it almost comes off like they're a little jealous of her. Because she was the breakout star of the show to a certain extent. From what I understand, Huda gained like 3 or 4 million followers from this show. Now, I don't know what she had previously, but her following compared to Olandria and Shelly, they have about 2 million each. Huda's at like 4 or 5 million. So that's a big difference. Huda's like doubling. So I don't know if she had that before. I heard that she got that following after the show and was like more of the breakout star. And so a lot of their concerns, if you notice, was them feeling like, Huda, talk to your fan base. Huda, tell your fan base to back up off of us. Huda, tell your fan base to stop being racist. Almost like, Huda, you owe us that responsibility since you are the breakout star. Help us. Help the people below you. You know, look out for us. Look out for the people below you that are suffering and going through things from your fan base. Look out for us. Well, that's almost kind of what Coco's doing. So that's what I'm saying. It's like a repetitive cycle. It's like y'all looking for breadcrumbs from Huda to help you out, to make sure that you're not being attacked by her fan base. And maybe Coco is kind of looking for like some breadcrumbs. Like, hey, sis, I wasn't on the show as long, but hey, you cool, I'm cool, I want to be cool. Let's squash this, let's be cool, you know? And it's like, nah, we ain't handing you no breadcrumbs. You can stay right where you at with your, I don't know how many followers Coco has. I've not seen her page. And that's even more of an example. You know, I've not seen her page. I haven't gone to her page. So I don't know how I feel about all of that, but I just didn't like Olandria's tone with Coco. She was coming off apologetic. She was coming off like, let's just squash the beef. Let's be cool. I never had a beef. I want to explain why I did what I did. And Olandria was just like cut off to the world. Like, I'm good. I'm good. And when people are like that, to me, it's like another reason. It's like an underlying reason. So let's get into part 2. So Hannah finally talks, and Hannah gets on the stage and she is talking about her departure from the show. And it was so funny because when they showed the extended clip and we all saw that Shelly was the pioneer spearheading Hannah leaving because Hannah was making genuine connections, it just showed that Shelly was also just as confused and deranged as Ace in that moment. Now, I don't know if Shelly had been influenced by Ace to start thinking that way, or I don't know if Shelly genuinely just was thinking the same way, like, let's just keep open connections. But I think, for me, if we're being honest, I think Shelly kept that mindset, oh, let's keep open connections. Everybody needs to be dating around. Everybody needs to be exploring, because she didn't want to look like the only fool exploring with her man. Think about it. Because Shelly was the only one who was made to explore that whole time. Ace was like, we are exploring. We are pioneers. Everybody was even calling him Christopher Columbus. He never wanted to commit. So to keep her from looking like a fool or to look silly, it's like, everybody should explore then. Because if we're all exploring, how do I look stupid? We're all doing it. But if I'm the only one exploring connections, me and my couple, we're the only one exploring, everybody else is getting connected, and me and my man are the only ones exploring, maybe I do have a problem in my relationship. Maybe he's not really that into me because he wants us to continuously explore, and everybody else is coupling up. Everybody else is getting serious. So that is, to be honest, that's what it came off as to me. It came off as Shelly wanted to drag everybody along in the mud with her. y'all all need to explore, because that's what I'm doing right now in my couple. And I want to make it seem like what is happening in my couple is normal. So Jeremiah comes out and he makes it very clear, hey, I was not love bombing. And the only thing that I didn't like with Jeremiah is don't start asking people. Like, stand on what you believe in. He was asking people, Ace, what do you think? You think that was considered love bombing? What do you think? Do you think that? No, we know you weren't love bombing. We know that we know that you were maybe into her. I felt like the relationship was fake anyway, because y'all were going in too fast. But I feel like you were into her, but then you started realizing red flags. And I feel like it was kind of mutual. She was saying, I love you. She was like, okay, love you, bye. Oh, did I just say I love you? Oh, love you. Love you again, bye. That's not love bombing. So I feel like for me, that whole him trying to prove, it came off as, I got to prove to America. I got to prove to social media. All of them are up there fighting for their lives. It's scary. It's scary because none of them are like being just like honest and real. Everybody's just scared. Tell them I didn't love bomb you so they could get out of my comments. Tell them that I wasn't being a bully to you. Tell them I wasn't being a bully. Tell them that I wasn't trying to steal your man. Tell them, everything's like, tell them so they can get up out my comments, so they can stop giving me death threats, so they can stop calling me racist, so they can stop. So it's scary. They're going to have to figure out something. They're going to have to figure out something, I don't know, with this social media, because the way that it's got them acting, they're not even acting like themselves, Just, if you know you want love bombing, just say, I wasn't doing that. And this is why. But he felt like he had to prove something in that moment because, again, social media is coming for you. Ace also explains to Jeremiah that he thinks he was there for the wrong reasons. But what was so funny is like Ace's voice was so shaky when he was talking. He was, I really feel like, Jeremiah was there for the wrong reason. And it was just like, nah, you know that you were a hater and it really ain't no way around this. Like, it's coming out. It's coming out. And yes, the world will know that you hated. Oh, that's all it was. Like, let's just keep it 100. Even them making the decision to vote Jeremiah out and seeing the behind the scenes, it just completely showed hater. It was written all over him. It was like, oh no, Jeremiah has Iris and the new girl at the same time. He's repeating patterns. He's playing with them. He's love bombing them. He's got to go. No, y'all just mad because he had baddies on him. One on the right, one on the left, and they both wanted him. So I just think that even hearing Ace finally admit that he made the wrong decision shows you that he was a hater. Because he even admit in that moment, I made the wrong decision. Austin should have went home. Of course, Austin wasn't in a couple. And y'all also made the wrong decision with Hannah. Because I don't believe Iris was in a couple or Amaya wasn't in a couple. So that's who should have went home. Hannah should have stayed. And then when they had the nerve to show, America said this, I call BS. And if you call BS with me, like this video, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Because I don't believe anything that Ariana and that what's his name, Andy Cohen, had to say about what America said about the vote. That they claimed that America would have voted Hannah and Jeremiah. Why? And we were all confused. From what I understand, all of America was like, why is Jeremiah going home? If anything, that was good TV. We wanted to see Jeremiah and Huda in the house together and they new couples. That's good TV. Why would America vote that? So to me, that was BS. I believe Love Island lied about that one. And that is crazy work to me. Because to sit up there and to make it seem like America voted for Jeremiah and Hannah to go, why? And Jeremiah being there was good TV. Why? Why? Jeremiah did nothing wrong. His relationship didn't work out with Huda. He was finding new people. We found it interesting. Why would we vote him to go home? I think that they put that up there because they just wanted to justify it. Because they knew as a franchise that honestly, it was wrong that they went home. I think they knew as a franchise that it was wrong that they went home. And I also believe, if we're being honest between us, they may have felt like they could have been sued. So to protect the company, to protect Peacock, to protect the brand of Love Island, let's just say that America would have voted it the same way. Because if Jeremiah really wanted to, maybe he could have went and sued and been like, I feel like this was an unfair elimination against me and Hannah. We had people in the household that clearly showed judgment of being jealous. And they were going against the rules of what Love Island actually means, which is to have connections. We were eliminated on those clauses. We lost out on opportunities to gain a larger following and build more of a connection with our viewers that would have put us in a more popular, famous stance today. Let's keep it real. Whoever made it to the end gained more popularity, more fame, more followers, more endorsements. So they got cut short. They got cheated. They could have even won. That's another thing. They could have won. So that honestly could have been a lawsuit against Peacock. So I think Peacock covered their to say, you know what? America voted it that way anyway. That way y'all ain't coming at us. It ain't no lawsuits, and it is what it is. But just think about it, y'all. Just think about it. Did America really vote that? Did America really vote that? If you really watch the season, you ain't never vote for Jeremiah and Hannah to leave, because that was just too much good TV right there for them to leave. The last thing that I want to talk about is the heart rate challenge. I'm going to skip through a lot of the other things. There were a lot of other moments in this reunion, but to me, this heart rate challenge definitely reigned top, okay? And when it was brought to Shelly's attention to address it, she said, let's cut the BS, play the clip if you have the clip. This was one of the highlights of the reunion. Everybody wanted to see this clip. And if you were watching, we all should be able to agree on one accord that Huda overdid it. She did. She crossed boundaries. She overdid it. And if I was Shelly, I would have never trusted her again either. But it would have been for those particular reasons, right? And I just feel like Huda did that. Let's be honest. Let's get to the root of it. Why did Huda do that? Why? I think Huda did that because she was jealous of Shelly, period. Why was she jealous of Shelly? Well, Shelly had 2 guys fighting after her at that time, where Huda had 0. When that heart rate challenge came up, she immediately went to Ace because she knew that Chris was going to go to Shelly. So for her, it was like, well, I know that my man, who I'm supposed to be with right now, is about to be all over you. So I'm just going to be on your man in the meantime. And it's like, wrong answer. Be mad at your man. Be mad at Chris for knowing that he was going to go all in on Shelly. Don't feel like you got to match his energy and try to get back at her to get her man. And that's exactly what Huda did. She looked at it as, well, I know Chris is going to do a lot with Shelly because he's interested in her. So I'm just going to do a lot with Ace because I'm basically going to show Chris, hey, I can match your energy and I can pick out somebody too. And I'm also going to kind of show Shelly, like, don't think you have one up on me because you're, getting this attention from Chris right now, because I'll just get some attention from Ace. And that's what it gave. That's it. That's all. What she did in the challenge, like most people admit to, was like soft porn. She went too far, putting the butt in his face and twerking and all of that. It was just like the challenge was over and she was still going. And so I admit Huda was wrong. But can we address the biggest elephant in the room that nobody is talking about? And if you agree with me on this, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel because I want to put it out there. I want my voice to reach more people. Right now, it ain't hitting the algorithms. So help me put it out there. But can we talk about how Ace was also extremely wrong in this? Ace is not getting any type of criticism about this heart rate challenge when he was doing this with the booty. He was in it. If you watch that challenge like I did, Ace at no point looked at Shelly in the eyes. Now just imagine somebody grinding on your man. He could have looked at Shelly and just been like, baby, it's me and you. We just going through this challenge. I looked at his eye contact. He looked at his friends like, bro, look at what's going on. When you really like care about somebody, you will look at them first. That would be like an indication. You will look at them just to show them like, look, what's happening right now? I'm still thinking about you. Number two, Ace had free will to say, all right, that's enough. Ace had free will to say when she tried to pull him, come on, you think I'm done with you? That was part two. Huda pulled Ace off the couch after already dancing with him on the couch. She then pulls him off the couch. Ace could have said, I already got my dance with you from the couch. Or Ace could have said, I'm good, love. And curved her just like Jeremiah curved the first girl. Didn't Jeremiah give her a cheek when she wanted to get that kiss in the beginning? What did Jeremiah do? He gave her a cheek because he was interested in that commitment with Huda. Ace did not showcase that at all. And you want to know why? Because he was loving it. He was loving it. When Huda's flipped over to get on him, he could have started lifting up. He was laying back. He could have started lifting his body up like, hold on. And not to be mean, not to be unfriendly, just to be real. Like, this is my girl right here. I don't want to do all of that. I just don't want to do that with you. I don't want to embarrass her, because that is exactly what Ace has done. That's why I don't see their relationship working. Your man let a whole stripper, I'm going to call Huda a stripper at this point because that's what it gave, give a whole show in front of your face, and he never stopped it. That's the man you want to be with? He had no restraint, and it was never mentioned once. So I call BS from Shelly, because Shelly is ignoring all of that. She's skipping all that under the rug, and she just Huda. No, it's Huda and it's Ace. And it's you, Shelly, for being delusional. I'm like, is it me or is Shelly delusional? I think Shelly and Olandria, the reason why they're so close is because they're both giving Delulu. They both are. So that's my take about Love Island season 7. I hope you enjoyed my take, and I want you guys to stick with me on more reviews on different love shows, or even just talking about relationships and different relationship drama in different relationship situations. So make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on this journey. If you like the video, please be sure to share it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.